quick little overview of a main board for a 3D printer. BIGTREETECH. This is version 3. Mini E3 V3. I know it's not a big deal, but when I got it in the bag, when it was delivered, it was open like that. This was hanging out, and I don't know if it's much of a gimmick or anything, but it was supposed to come with a little bit of a rubber ducky. I guess that's what they were giving out at the time. It didn't have anything like that. Just basically the USB cable and the board itself. One thing I didn't like is the fact that it's not sealed. I'm hoping that it came directly to me and it wasn't pre-used, but we'll see. There's the board itself. The reason I picked this version of board is because people are saying that it's more compatible with different 3D printers, and mine's basically dead. So the processor on mine died, which is kind of weird, but it did. So I'm hoping this one will be a drop-in placement. I might have to fool the firmware in that a bit to get it to print properly, because it's such a small print area on my printer, but we'll see how it goes. This will run you about $60, plus you're going to have to pick up a LCD for it as well. This is also it's compatible with the touchscreen, so I might try that out. I just got a cheap one for now, just so I can just operate it. But basically, it will be going in that one there, which is going to be a mod, but it should work. So that's why I can't really do a review on it. This is basically just an overview. It's got a nice chunky heatsink on there for the steppers. Once I install it, we'll do a full review on it, but for now it's just an overview. Later, guys. I'm really glad I get to test these products before I actually do a review. Okay, so it is quieter. Maybe they use sine wave, not too sure, but the steppers are way quieter. Everything is working as it should. The only issue I have is end stops. I don't like the fact that I can't use the end stops because I have to recode it, which is really not something I'm interested in. I mean, I can't do it, but I basically bought a board that someone's going to sit there and constantly leave their computer open so they can mess with the code. I don't want a board like that. I want a board that's pretty much you drop in and the end stops work right out of the box, because they don't with this one, which is kind of irritating. So, oh, and another thing I don't like about the board is the fact that it has the stepper motor up here for the filament disabled when it's cold, so you can't feed anything in. You gotta push this and push it through with your hand, because it won't let you in the firmware to run that stepper until it comes up to heat, up to temp. So it does give you an option in the firmware to bypass that. I guess it's a safety feature, and it doesn't work. So this is what I'm talking about. Why this is probably not, the perfect board for most people, unless you can code and you're willing to constantly flash it and recode it to get it customized the way you want. Yeah, it's a cheap printer to start with. I just wanted something to throw in it that I could use it. And end stops are kind of important. It's kind of irritating when it slams against the case and starts blah, blah, blah. So, but other than that, everything does work. It is quieter. It's a decent board. But yeah, it's deal breaker for me. I'll put it in the box and resell it and pick up another one, different brand. One of the reasons why I got this is because the controller for the steppers is built right into the board, It's more expensive if you get the separate modules, but I might end up going that route. But yeah, everything else works. I got the display for it. I was gonna mod it and everything else, so this has kind of put me back. Anyway, and like I said, unless you really like the code, this is probably not the best board for you. Take it easy.